mean, I don't know. If you drink a lot of Treehouse and you've had a bad Treehouse beer, I'd love to hear about it, because I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk smack on Treehouse. What is going on, beer lovers? Welcome to another episode. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Jacob. And today we're back with another Treehouse beer. This time, Super Typhoon, which is just fun to say. But it's a double IPA at 7.7%. I'm really digging these like lower double IPA beers.
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
Yeah. When it starts getting to like that 8.5, 9.5 range, then I'm like, uh-oh, or run for a doozy.
Yeah. But 7.7% from Treehouse, I'm excited.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is another beer I got from Craft Beer Bitch on Instagram. You can check out her page by following this down here. She's a avid beer drinker, avid beer trader, and yeah, I guess you just got to go to her Instagram and check it out. I'm excited because I haven't had any Treehouse since I got back from Boston, and that was in March. We're in December now, so it's been close to a year, which is nuts.
Wow, yeah.
I've missed them a lot, and this beer in particular, I've never tried before, so I have no idea what it tastes like, and I hear a lot of good things from a lot of good people. So, Jacob, you ready to crack it open?
I'm ready.
Let's have some beer. Alright guys, the beer is poured. Let's go ahead and go in for the aroma.
Yeah. Ooh, wait. It's like a little extra in there.
It's got a nice blend of citrus and tropical. It almost tastes, it almost smells like Starburst.
I can see that, yeah. I would say this aroma's a little bit less jump out of the glass, punch you in the face, but once you get it, it smells so sweet and nice, soft and delightful. It does take, I mean, maybe just for me, to like a little bit more digging to get it, but once you get it, it's good.
I will say I have a little bit more head in my glass because I poured with my glass, so maybe I'm just getting more aroma than him. I wouldn't say it's punchy, but you get, like, if you really are looking for it, you can really find some delicious aromas out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get, like, as weird as it sounds, I get some cherry, I get some orange, I get some tangerine, I get some mango, a little bit of pineapple in there. It's a beautiful blend. It's kind of like, you know that Chiquita banana lady? No banana, but you know the one I'm talking about with like the giant fruit hat on her head? That's what it reminds me of. Yeah, I know that sounds weird, but whatever. Alright, so anyways, now that we've gone in for the aroma, I'm ready to taste it.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Smooth all the way through.
You're a smooth operator.
That was just one consistent flavor for the entire gulp.
Sorry, I'm speechless right now. Keep talking.
This is good. Man, that's what I gotta say. It's one of those, I feel like it does one thing really well.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, Jacob hit the nail on the head. It literally tastes the same from the second it touches your tongue to the second, like, it's gone. Like, it still tastes the same. There is a beautiful, mild hop bitterness that is there from beginning to end, but it's not overpowering. It allows the flavors to kind of run the show. After you swallow, like now that I'm sitting there, there's a little bit of like residual grassy, earthy bitterness on my palate, on the roof of my mouth. But the actual flavor of the beer itself, oh god. Sorry, I gotta drink it again. It is just packed with all kinds of fun stuff. I think it just says citrus and Simcoe. Kettle and dry hop doses of Citra and Simcoe. Wow. I don't know how just 2 hop varieties could produce so many delicious hop flavors. It legit, I mean, it's tasting like Starburst. I definitely get more tropical than citrus on the body of the beer. Weird enough, man, I'm getting cherry out of this thing. I don't know why. But I'm getting cherry, getting pineapple, mango, papaya, something else just really sharp sweetness and tropical. Not a huge citrus presence, which is why I'm like Citra. Like, I don't get so much orange or grapefruit or tangerine out of this. I'm guessing maybe that grassy, earthy quality is maybe coming out from the Citra in the finish. But
I was thinking Simcoe maybe. But
yeah. Maybe. Oh yeah, well, Simcoe, yeah.
Simcoe kind of gets like that. I can kind of see cherry in that, like, cherry mixed with other fruits. I definitely can't pull it, like, as a singular flavor. But if you can imagine what, like, when you have cherry mixed with other things, specifically mixed with other things.
Like a fruit cake.
Yeah, well, maybe not fruit cake, but I was definitely
this tastes way better than a fruit cake.
More like smoothie or like like fruit drink kind of thing.
Like if you had like a cherry mango pineapple smoothie with like a dash of orange juice.
Something like that, yeah.
Treehouse is famous because their beers are friggin' amazing. And this is no different. I am super impressed, and now I see why people talk so highly about this one. I am very curious about Hurricane, though.
Yeah.
Never tried it, so don't know how to compare it. I know, like, Alter Ego...
Right, yeah.
And Doppelganger and all those guys are basically, like, all in the same family, too. Just done a little differently.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like the idea of doing maybe, like, side-by-side comparisons. Like, I'd love to do a side-by-side with this and Hurricane.
Yeah.
And shit, I'm sure there's probably 2 or 3 more of these. If you guys know, let us know. But yeah, holy crap. Super, super good. I'm loving it. So, let's talk about aroma. I'll go ahead and start. Aroma, man, you know what? I'm probably gonna give it like a 7, maybe an 8. As Jacob was saying earlier, it didn't quite jump out of the glass, which I'm quite surprised by, because I feel like a lot of the Treehouse IPAs that I've had are very punchy. It's there. It's there if you look for it, is the way I would say it. But when I get really excited when it comes to like a hazy IPA, is when I'm pouring it in the glass, and before I even go in for a sniff, the fumes are hitting my nostrils.
The hop fumes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I didn't quite get that with this. However, when you dig your nose in, you really get the scent for it. You get a beautiful just blend of delicious tropical fruits. I mean, I love Starburst, and that's what it reminds me of. So yeah, I'd say like, what do you say, 7.5, 8, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'd say 7.5, 8. Not phenomenal, but still good.
I think for me, I'm gonna have to do like 8.5, simply because even though this flavor or this aroma wasn't as strong and punchy as maybe I prefer some of the beer aromas to be, I felt like once I got it, it was a sign that this is gonna be a very good beer. It was an aroma that I really liked, that didn't have to maybe shout at you to be like, I know what I'm doing, and I'm good.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's nice. It's just a different, you appreciate it in a different way.
Yeah. Well, and I will say that the color of this beer alone gets me excited.
Oh yeah.
And knowing what was on the can, like there's a treehouse on there, it's not gonna suck.
I will also say, I think some of like the more well-known hazy breweries, they do their hazy very light. Like it's a very light.
I love it.
Yellow-orange color.
Yeah, I love it.
It does look really pretty, but it's not quite as like bold, kind of like bright orange. It's more a little bit more yellow gold.
Yeah.
And it always kind of it almost makes me expect a softer beer. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know what your guys' experience with that is, but I think that's been mine.
And so with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the flavor. So the flavor for me, I'm going to give it an 8. And the reason why I give it an 8 is it has got fantastic flavor, super smooth mouthfeel, really enjoyable. I mean, the body is just consistently like you're rolling on a river, man. It's the same track the whole way through. There's no surprises along the way. I mean, this is a consistent mouthfeel, and it's very enjoyable. For me, the only reason why I give it a lower score than what some of you may expect based on our normal scores is because I hold Treehouse to a much higher standard than most breweries. And so there's bias in that score. I mean, I expect them to only have 10 beers because, I feel like that's all I ever drink from them. And not that this isn't absolutely incredible. My only gripe is that aftertaste. The earthy, kind of like grassy aftertaste that I get after enjoying this delicious, fruity, smooth, phenomenal beer is a little off from the rest of the beer. So I don't know. Yeah. So if I was having like an earthy, hazy IPA, like I've had a few of those before, Starfish from Brewery West is one of those. I'd be okay with that. But for me, I'm getting all that sweet tropical. Like I kind of just want it to finish, and then that's all I get. Okay. On the plus side, with that earthy finish, it makes me want to keep drinking it. So there's that.
Yeah.
Anyways, Jacob, how about you?
Yeah, I'm a little mixed. I kind of am right in between like an 8.5, 9 kind of range. I do really enjoy this flavor. But what Jeff said is also true. There is a kind of grassy bitterness towards the end. I don't know if it really is building for me. Kind of like when some other beers, you drink them, is definitely an accumulation on your palate. I feel like this is kind of just maintaining, as opposed to just getting worse and worse as they drink it.
Huh.
I don't know, but at the same time, this is no longer the first beer of the day, so there's also now a lot of other flavors going on in my mouth. They're starting to happen, so sometimes when you review beer, you kind of need to keep that in mind, like where are you at?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I think I'm just going to give it an 8.5.
Okay.
This isn't the best Treehouse beer I've had, not that we've had very many. And that kind of does always make it a little hard to compare against other Treehouse beers because Jeff said before, the last one we had was several months ago. But I would definitely have this again. Like if someone was like,
we got to get there first.
I've always said,
I know, we always jump ahead.
Yeah, all right. Well,
okay, so anyways, 8.5, 9. So would we ever drink it again? Continue.
Yeah, I would definitely drink this again, and I would definitely, I wouldn't skip on a chance to buy it. I guess that would really depend on like how many Treehouse beer. Like if I was at the brewery and I could only have room to pick like 4 packs or something like that, because I'm traveling with a bunch of other crap. You can't always load your suitcase up with beer. Sadly.
Yes, you can.
That is not everyone's reality.
Store it in a carry-on and check it as luggage.
Sometimes we're buying other things.
Don't buy other things.
Believe
just
it or
beer.
not, sometimes we buy other things on vacation.
Anyways.
But yeah, would this be like one of the 4 Treehouse beers that I would pick? I think so. I do really like it. Oof, it's a really hard call because Treehouse, I'm now realizing, has quite a range. But I think you're right. I feel like at any one given time, they don't actually have a huge lineup for you to choose from. So if this was one of the ones of their selected lineup that you could take home, I would probably be fine grabbing this guy.
So for me, yeah, I would buy it again, for sure. I mean, any Treehouse beer is incredible. Don't let my scores fool you. You know, there's not a bad... I mean, I don't know. If you drink a lot of Treehouse and you've had a bad Treehouse beer, I'd love to hear about it. Because I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk smack on Treehouse.
What's the worst Treehouse beer you've had? Comment below.
you know it's bad when you feel guilty for giving them a 7.5 on an aroma. Like, like, who am I? How could I? But yeah, I would totally buy this again. I mean, if we lived in a perfect world, I would be getting cans of this in my local bottle shops. Obviously, world isn't quite perfect yet, but we're getting there. Yeah, but if I went back to the East Coast, I mean, Treehouse is definitely gonna be on the list to visit. So if I went there again and they said this is one from the list, I would be super excited. And obviously, I would buy it, yes. Yeah, I would. Yeah, it's super good. So there you have it, guys. That is our review of Super Typhoon from Treehouse Brewing Company in Charlton, Massachusetts. Thanks again to Craft Beer Bitch for supplying this beer for me. Super happy that I get to try some East Coast beers because damn do I miss them. You guys keep making some amazing stuff. I just wish it wasn't so far away. Now, if you guys enjoyed this episode, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you have, make sure you click the bell. The bell is going to let you know every time a new episode airs so you can check it out. And please share with your friends. If you have friends that love craft beer, like, hello, craft beer channel, fun, right? And leave a comment below, by the way, if you've tried this beer before. I'd love to know your notes on it. I will tell you that this beer is a little over a month old, so still pretty fresh in my opinion. I'm sure some of you guys have drank this after 2 days of it being canned, so I'd love to hear your impressions on it. And yeah, that's it. So that being said, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you again on Let's Have Some Beer. Cheers.
Before you again.